guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing this all-new 2022 Hyundai Kona N-Line.
And before we start, I'd like to give a huge thanks to Eli and the rest of the management and staff here at Brandon Hyundai in Tampa, Florida for making this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're in the market for a new car or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out.
And we're going to try doing things a little bit differently today. It's a really windy day today in Tampa, Florida. We have a storm coming in, so if I did this review the way that I normally would, you can video overlays to describe and show what I'm talking about. But here we have the 2022 Hyundai Kona N-Line. Of course, the N-Line, or the Kona, has been Hyundai's subcompact SUV since 2018. That's when the first generation was released. This is almost a top trim Kona. Of course, the Limited and N sit above this vehicle, the Limited being much more luxurious and the N being a much better performer, coming equipped with Hyundai's 2-liter turbocharged engine, shared with vehicles like the Elantra N as well as the Veloster N, making 276 horsepower. Here we have the 1.6-liter turbo. It's an upgrade compared to the 2-liter naturally aspirated motor found in the regular Kona, but here we have the N-Line trim, which gives us slightly better performance with the 1.6-liter turbo making 195 horsepower, 195 pound-feet of torque, available in either front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Here we have the front-wheel drive version starting around 25,000 bucks. Pretty impressive vehicle. I am impressed with it overall. As far as advanced safety features, the Kona N-Line is loaded with those. We get forward collision avoidance assist, lane keeping assist, driver attention alert, blind spot warning. We get rear cross traffic alert and safe exit warning as well, all standard on the Hyundai Kona N-Line. 1.6-liter turbo engine, of course, making 195 horsepower, 195 pound-feet of torque. Made it to a 7-speed dual clutch transmission, enough to get this front-wheel drive SUV to 60 around 7 seconds, maybe even a little bit quicker if you get a good launch. The N-Line comes equipped with these specific 18-inch alloy wheels, N-Line exclusive front and rear fascia, exterior and interior badging, sport custom seats, red interior accents, as well as these really nice alloy sport pedals. The twin-tip exhaust is also exclusive on your Kona N-Line, all starting around 25,000 bucks. Really a loaded vehicle from the factory before we even option in the tech package, which this vehicle does come equipped with. For 2,500 bucks, we get a power sunroof, Harman Kardon premium audio system, 10.25-inch screen, which upgrades us from the 8-inch standard touchscreen, LED headlamps, LED tail lamps. Really a loaded vehicle. This SUV starts around 30,000 bucks. You can definitely see the Hyundai Kona origination in the front end. However, the N-Line gives us a specific front and rear fascia, which I am a fan of. I'm not really the biggest fan of the faux air vent for the center of the hood, but it definitely aids the aggression. The daytime running light I'm a huge fan of on both sides, of course, LED for the high and low beam. I like the front end design. The grille's nice with the N-Line badging. Very sleek overall design. The wheels also impressive, the 18s wrapped in Goodyear tires, all seasons, 235, 45 R18s for the 45 series sidewall. It should really help when it comes to ride quality, and it shouldn't compromise performance either because 45 isn't too fat of a tire. The side profile too, really impressive. I love how they didn't overdo it with the shiny chrome, smart access for the driver and the front passenger, blacked out side view mirrors with blind spot monitoring on them too. They fold away, really convenient. Liking this SUV so far. The rear end styling also impressive. We get 2 sets of lights. We get just the regular tail lights as well as a turn signal and reverse light beneath. 1.6-liter turbo badging, the dual tip exhaust tip also specific for this N-Line trim. Shout out Brandon Hyundai here in Tampa, Florida for making this review possible. And speaking of the dual tip exhaust, let's rev it up a little bit and hear how this 1.6-liter turbo sounds. Alright guys, that was of course the sound of the 1.6-liter turbo sold by Hyundai for this Kona N-Line. It sounds pretty good for what it is. Unfortunately, we don't get struts. Wouldn't really be expected with a $25,000 SUV. Gonna figure out the prop rod, and here you have it, your 1.6-liter turbo making 195 horsepower, 195 pound-feet of torque, enough to get this SUV to 60 around 7 seconds. Made it to the 7-speed dual clutch transmission. Pretty impressive, and again, I really like the front styling overall. As far as the interior, the door panel is completely hard plastic, even the armrest, everything hard plastic for the top, middle, and armrest portion. The grab handle is plastic too. I'm liking the dual speakers on the door. Of course, we get the premium Harman Kardon audio system. Power One touch for the front 2 passenger windows, power windows out rear, lock and unlock of course, and the 4-way adjustable mirrors on your door panel. The steering wheel also super impressive, very thick, N-line inspired steering wheel with the N badging beneath. The horn has a rubberized texture to it, the horn itself. Not the most aggressive sounding horn, but people should still be getting out of your way. I'm liking the red stitching on the steering wheel. The wipers, or the headlight stocks, auto headlights, very satisfying click. No auto wipers unfortunately, but the intermittent function is adjustable. I'm also a huge fan of this 10.5-inch driver instrument display. It adjusts between whether you're in sport, normal, or eco mode. In normal mode, it has like a silver aluminum theme to it, but in sport, it's all red and dark accented. Very aggressive look in sport mode. Really a big fan of the digital instrumentation. You can adjust it with this button on the steering wheel. For the center portion, we get a digital speedo turn by turn. Really convenient when you have it connected to the map. Tire pressure monitoring, we get the lane keeping assist. That's about it over here. My personal favorite to look at all times would probably just be the digital speedo. So we will leave it right over there. Hard plastic for the entire dashboard, not the highest quality when it comes to the materials. Middle portion, hard plastic. Nice graining material though, and huge fan of this 10.25-inch touchscreen. The map, fantastic. Kia's been absolutely killing it with their maps lately. Really, really premium. And the right side of the screen, you can also hide away and have an entire view of your map. Very impressive, guys. We can return here, show you guys everything that would be potentially available. But my personal favorite, just look at the map at all times. So we will leave it here. Beneath that, we have buttons for shortcuts if you don't want to go through the touchscreen. The volume and tune dials feel pretty satisfying click. I'm liking the red accents on the air vents. Auto climate control, which is nice. Beneath, we have a nice storage cubby, 2 USB ports, and a 12-volt, good spot for a radar detector. Wireless charging pad. Drive mode select, as we mentioned, we get normal, sport, and eco. We'll start this review off in normal, transition into sport, and see what the differences are. The gear selector says N up top. It controls your 7-speed dual clutch. The rear view camera, very high resolution actually. Wasn't really expecting such a high resolution camera on a vehicle starting around 25,000 bucks. Not quite sure which, I think it was a Leaf. Hopefully it was just a Leaf that fell in the car. But anyway, so unfortunately we do not get paddle shifters on this N-line trim. That would be expected for an N-line because this is a sporty, performance-oriented Kona. However, we can control the manual shifts with the gear selector. In the improper directions, you can downshift and upshift. So Hyundai, it would be nice to add some paddle shifters for the N-line trim for the 2023 model year. Still pretty impressive. Auto start stop, heated seats for the passenger too. Electronic parking brake with auto hold. Nice little slot for some coins. 2 cup holders with a pass-through. The armrest, pretty soft, not the softest, more than soft enough. We can open it up, pretty spacious. I would expect you to fit 6 12-ounce cans with no issues. Pretty spacious overall. Hard plastic above the glove box. We can open it up. It is damped. Pretty spacious. I would expect you to fit between 15 to 20 license plates. Pretty impressive overall. To the left of the steering wheel, interior brightness, we get hill descent control and traction control, which you can disable. The steering wheel tilts and telescopes. Nice. The rear view mirror has a very good zoom. It feels like the rear view camera is really right there. However, not the highest quality. It's not auto dimming. You can dim it with that little flappy thing right there. Sunglass holders. And as we mentioned, since this vehicle has the tech package, we get a power opening sunroof, which hides itself away in the roof. Pretty impressive overall. It opens up a little bit further. Very, very nice. We can shut it up right here. Pretty impressive, guys. That's about it for the front seat of this 2022 Hyundai Kona N-Line. Let's check out the back seat, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. All right, guys, step into the back seat of the 2022 Kona N-Line. Entire door panels, hard plastic, just like the front seat. Decent storage, additional speaker for your Harman Kardon audio system. The seats out rear, I'm liking the red accents. They're just cloth. Pretty supportive even for a back seat. The padding goes out almost to the door frame. As far as legroom, I'm a little over 6 foot sitting behind my seat settings, and I'm just about running out of space. I feel like the Veloster had a little bit more space in this car. So as far as like rear passenger legroom, that's not what this car is all about. If you move the seats up a little bit further, I would feel a little bit more accommodated. And I'm not uncomfortable by any means. It's just I would expect there to be a little bit more legroom in the subcompact SUV. As far as headroom, I still have about an inch before my head will start to touch. No vents back here. We have a pass-through. I guess that's because this vehicle is also available in all-wheel drive. String attached to the center armrest so we can pull it out. 2 cup holders with a pass-through, pretty soft for the armrest too. Impressive. That's about it for this back seat area. We can check out the light. It's an LED. Pretty good light brought into the cabin thing. 2022 Kona N-Line. It's not a power tailgate, but as far as the trunk itself, really not that much more space compared to the Veloster. And we just making this Harman Kardon sound system sound very impressive. But what you see is basically what you get as far as secret storage. We can check it out underneath these floor mats. We have a little bit of additional storage. Beneath this little foam pocket, we get a spare tire with a donut. Nice. But we can shut this trunk right up, take a step back and get a good look at the rear styling one more time. And let's take this 2022 Hyundai Kona N-Line out for a drive. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of this all-new 2022 Hyundai Kona N-Line. Let's take it out for a drive, and we'll start this review off in normal mode, transition into sport, see what the differences are. In normal mode, the steering is not heavy, but pretty well weighted even in normal mode. It feels pretty good in your hands. Very direct too, feels on center, leaning into about quarter throttle. Yeah, good torque, and it's very quiet. Very quiet. Brakes feel nice and sharp. Impressive. And unlike the limited and the calligraphy Santa Fe's that we reviewed that had the digital display, we don't have the blind spot display, so when we turn your turn signals on, you don't get a visual aid of what's in your blind spot. Not the biggest deal though. Still in normal mode, we can lean into it about halfway right here. Woo! Very quiet, and it just pulls hard. In normal mode, good torque. Steering feels direct, very direct steering. We'll see what the differences are in sport mode. Suspension, much softer than the Veloster that we just reviewed. Steering tightens up a little bit in sport. Not much, but it tightens up. It's very good even in normal mode. Take a step out here, some serious bumps. We'll check them out right here. Pretty good ride quality, way softer than the Veloster that we just reviewed. Manual shift modes, second gear. Handling feels good on the gas. Ooh. Wow. Real quick shift with this DCT too. At least in sport mode. We'll see the rev match. Sounds nice, guys. Brakes feel good. Throwing it in right here. Ooh, barely any body roll. Wow. All right, guys, let's try an acceleration off the line. We're not going to floor it because we don't want any wheel spin in the dealership car, but we'll try to get a good launch and see how it is. Ooh. Little torque steer. The second gear engagement started to play the wheel around my hands a little bit. Feels nice though, throwing it in one more time. Sharp, sharp, sharp. Ooh, I'm impressed, guys. I'm gonna throw in the POV camera, try to give you guys a first-hand look driving this 2022 Kona N-Line, and I'll catch back with you in 1 second. All right, guys, stepping out power, and it's quiet. Nice right here. And real impressive handling. Let's not hit these bumps too fast. Ooh, little body roll. And coming out. Nice. Woo. I'm liking it, guys. Not the most space in the back, but for a vehicle in this segment, decently spacious. Anybody under 5'10" should have no problem sitting back here. And over these bumps, this is not a smooth road by any means. When we're in the Veloster, it almost feels like I'm about to get a concussion when we hit these bumps. But in this car, not at all. Much softer of a ride quality, to be expected. The Veloster N is a borderline race car for the streets compared to this, but this is still a very good performer. When it comes to handling, it feels sharp, nice and direct with the steering, super direct with the steering. You change directions as soon as you start to turn that wheel. But we can hop our way out onto this multiple lane highway. All right, guys, stepping out to this multiple lane highway, we can open her up a little bit right here. Ooh. Nice. And as far as this active steering, you press this button right here and the car will complete the entire turn for us. Really a great feature, truly fantastic. And it also keeps us centered in our lane. Truly one of the best features in the business. It's gonna yell at me to put my hands on the wheel probably any second now. But the fact that it even does this is truly remarkable. Like, wow. I'm very confident in this system. And it's not even telling me to put my hands on the wheel yet. Oh, now it is. See, it says keep hands on the steering wheel. But we gotta be in the left lane over here. All in all, guys, I'm really impressed with this 2022 Hyundai Kona N-Line. Pretty much loaded with features. As far as tech, this vehicle has really everything you could possibly want or need. As far as luxury, yes, it leaves something to be desired because you have nothing but hard plastics throughout this entire interior. However, the base price is $25,000 for a $25,000 SUV that has about 200 horsepower, 0 to 60 around 7 seconds, great sporty handling, nice aggressive styling. If you're not the most luxury conscious consumer, I would definitely recommend checking this vehicle out. It has very good performance for the money. The ride quality is great. We just ran over some pretty rough train tracks and it felt very smooth. The steering wheel is fantastic. I really liking the drive of this vehicle as far as the on-center feel through the wheel, and the lane keep assist active steering works really well in these Hyundai cars. The turn signal stocks feel great. Really a fantastic vehicle. The only complaints that I would have are the rear legroom is not the most. If you're over 6 feet tall, you're not going to be very comfortable sitting behind your own seat settings. However, I'm sure most people that buy this vehicle aren't going to have 6 foot tall passengers in their rear seat very frequently. If anything, they're just going to have kids back there who won't be complaining about the rear legroom. All in all though, pretty impressive vehicle. Huge thank you to Brandon Hyundai here in Tampa, Florida for making this review possible. If you're in the Florida area looking for a new car or truck, because they do sell the Santa Cruz now, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know I have endless gratitude for all the subscribers. You know, the channel is just not possible without you guys. And I really have a huge appreciation for each and every one of you. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars or trucks you'd like to see reviewed in this channel too. And I'll definitely try to get those videos for you as soon as possible. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching. And I hope all of you have a great day.